the MPP administration. Collins, good evening. Thank you very much for your time.
Yeah, good evening, my brother.
Collins, the president's justification is that there's a huge debt within the energy sector and that debt must be settled. And the reason why this particular new levy has been introduced.
Well, I am quite surprised at the president's comments. And today I hear His Excellency John Dramani Mahama justifying an increment in taxes. That is quite strange. Just 2 months ago, during the national dialogue, whilst he was seated, the finance minister made a very categorical statement, and the video is available for everybody to watch, that he does not think that we should increase taxes to take care of the inefficiencies of ECG.
Hello, Collins. Collins, I'll be glad if you can position yourself. We are getting some terrible feedback from your end.
Yes, hello.
It's better now. Go ahead with the submission.
My point is that I'm surprised His Excellency is justifying an increment of taxes, because that was not his rhetoric a few months ago before the elections. 2 months ago, during the national dialogue, the finance minister made a very categorical statement that he does not intend to increase taxes in order to take care of the inefficiencies of ECG. So I'm surprised His Excellency is currently justifying an increment in taxes. That was not their rhetoric. And his voices are available for people to hear. He was very clear that the country was burdened and that there was no need to overburden the Ghanaian populace with more taxes. He himself, listening to him, did admit that this is going to bring some hardship to various households. So why is he justifying it? I'm surprised. You come to Parliament on the blind side of members of the minority. You introduce a bill on the order paper addendum, and then you say it should be treated as a matter of urgency. You call for a meeting with finance and leadership of the Energy Committee. At the minority side, we indicated that this was not urgent. We don't see why you should, as of now, burden the Ghanaian people, especially when the Ghanaian people are beginning to reap in the benefits of the appreciation of the city. We did indicate that point to them. Well, of course, they have the numbers. They bulldoze their way through it. We come to the plenary. We insisted that this is not right. Of course, they have the numbers. They bulldoze their way through it. You are charging 1 Ghana cedi per litre. And listeners should listen quite carefully to me. A litre, what it means is that every gallon of fuel that you buy, you pay as huge as 4 cedis 50 pesos. That is the implication of this particular levy. E-levy that they oppose to rakes in 2.1 billion, the whole of 2024. This particular bill is estimated to rake in 5.7 billion. That's twice the amount of money we got from e-levy. You cannot be picking from with your left hand and giving out with your right hand. That is not how governance is. And that is not what we were told before we went to the polls.
But Collins, I've heard the energy minister say that this particular amount that's going to be charged will first of all help to settle the debt within the energy sector and also help in the purchasing of crude, because he's told us that almost every month government or Ghana spends close to 1.6 billion cedis just to buy crude to power our generators. So this particular levy will help buy this crude and also settle the debt within the energy sector.
Well, I keep getting even more surprised because this energy sector bill came to Parliament in March of this year when Dr. Atto Forson was presenting his budget. This was the same reason he gave on his memorandum to the bill, that he's restructuring the whole energy sector levy bills to ensure that we pay our legacy debts. You cannot then turn back within just 2 months after introducing the bill to increase the taxes through an amendment. The reasons you are just espousing here, it was the same reason that were exposed when the budget was being presented. What has changed within 2 months? What has changed?
But Collins, the government has also said that there will be no need with this particular bill, it doesn't necessarily mean there's going to be an increment in the prices of fuel. So the price we are buying now, there won't be any significant change, or there won't be any change at all. So why really worry about it if it won't lead to...
That is the most shocking aspect of the whole explanation.
You believe it's going to... Hold on, Collins. You believe there's going to be an increment in prices of fuel?
I'm saying that is the shocking part of his explanation. We all know the components that lead to the pump price. One of which is the exchange rate. The other is the levies that we are talking about. If the exchange rate is now trading positively, and therefore there's a reduction at that particular end, and you think that because the individual or the populace are making some windfall on the basis of the exchange rate differentials, and you think that what they have, the rainfall that has come to them, you want to take part of it and give it to government, and you think that is not a burden on the Ghanaian people. I'm trying to understand the whole logic, the whole explanation. Let's say a petrol is 10 cedis. What culminates into the 10 cedis are maybe exchange rate, which about maybe 5%, levies is about 10% and all that. Now you're having some rainfall on exchange rate. Instead of you to leave that for the consumer to benefit from it, the 3 cedis or 4 cedis that the consumer is now benefiting because of the exchange rate, you are saying that, hey, that 3 cedis that you are benefiting from, give me 1 cedi out of it. And you say that is not a burden on the Ghanaian people, especially when just last month you increased electricity by 14.7%, especially when last month you increased water by 4.02%. And you think this is not going to be a burden on the taxpayer? What kind of explanation is this, my brother?
Okay, Collins, I'll say a big thank you for your time. Collins Adumakwa Mensah is Deputy Ranking Member on the Energy Committee and Member of Parliament for Ifija Krabe North in the Ashanti region, and also a former Deputy